Let's talk about reading and how we can get our students to read a variety of texts and get reading regularly, especially with nonfiction. I'm at a site called Readworks at readworks.org, and I've already gone ahead and created a class. So I'm going to show you what we could do with this. Readworks has a variety of different passages that are fairly short, within a couple minutes read for students. I'm able to sort through different things by a variety of options on the left, such as reading passages, which are mainly just individual passages on a specific topic, article a day sets, which is it says right here, a 10-minute daily routine to increase students' background knowledge, vocabulary, and stamina. So with these sets, there's a variety of um, uh, articles on a topic, and students get some choice on reading that and adding in some information that they learned. And then finally, there's paired text, where we have two different texts that are on the same topic, and students would read both of those to get more information about that topic. I could also see if a book or an article has questions with it, comprehension questions. I can search for ebooks as well to get that read to me type thing, or I can do step reads. Step reads is a differentiation tool for your readers so that it will take the text and it will kind of translate it or break it down so that the reading level is a bit lower while still maintaining the quality of content, the actual main ideas and points that you would need. And obviously some different things here as well. I could search by grade level or by topics, things like that. Let's check out assigning a reading passage. So let's say I want to assign this one. Maybe I'm in third grade and I'm looking, around this reading level right here. I can check this to see what's here. Okay, I see some different vocabulary words right here. And you can see that it's not that long. I'm able to listen to the recording if I think that's good and want to use it, or I can look at the question sets right here, and I can look at the answers just to make sure that they're all correct, things like that. And I have some written questions here as well. So if I decide that I want to use this, I can assign it, and I can choose to add that audio option for those who want it. If this was one that also had a step reads, I could click the step reads option to give those students the choice as well. So I'm going to assign this for my test class. I'm able to assign it to the whole class or to specific students. Or if I had already created groups, maybe I have reading groups that I'm going to start off this year, I'm able to quickly assign it to those groups, give an assignment start date and a due date, and press assign. So let's go ahead and look at this on a student end right here. And I'm going to go as this student, refresh my page right here, and I'm going to go to my assignments to do. And I have this one I just posted, an unlikely parasite, the mistletoe. So I can read through it. If there's a vocabulary word that's highlighted, I can click and get the pronunciation, the definition here, and some translations for other. If I'm ELL, I have that in Spanish and Chinese as well. So I'll close out of that. I have some reading tools right here. Like I can make this helps it be more accessible. I can change the font size. I can use the P to mark the different paragraphs. So I could talk about what paragraph was that? Oh, that's paragraph 3. I have my highlighter right here to focus on this line. And then if I'm doing the questions, I have the opportunity to use this as well, to have the questions side by side with my text right here. Let's go back and let's look at one Let's look at this submitted assignment and see if I can look at this again right here. Okay, so here's the passage, and this one has a step read. And we'll look at this first line right here. When they described the swamp at the end of Schuyler Avenue, the adults in Sarah's life seemed confused. Whenever she asked about it, Sarah's dad would chuckle. You'd better stay away from the meadowlands, her father said. Let's look at it with the step reads. Sarah's dad told her to stay away from the swamps at the end of her street. These swamps in Sarah's neighborhood are part of the meadowlands. Now, that was just different wording, keeping it kind of simple, a lower reading level, but still the main idea is there. And then I have the questions as well. So as this student, I've already gone ahead and answered these questions, and multiple choice questions are automatically graded. So I was able to get that immediate feedback, and now I'm just waiting for some feedback on these questions from my teacher. Another thing that I'm able to do, let's go ahead and look at this assignments. And let me go to my class right here. And I could see that one of 3 people submitted this assignment. So I can go here and I can look at my students, and I'd be able to see right here, okay, all of the questions. I'd be able to see if they got them wrong right here. And I'm able to grade these written answers as well. So I can give them just full credit, half credit, different things like that. I'm also able to just view this by question to see, okay, how did everyone answer this question? I can go back and look at the step reads and the question set as well. Okay, a few other things here. We have this class book of knowledge. So the class book of knowledge is for those article a day sets. If students add entries, they have their own book of knowledge that kind of asks them like what's something you learned today. I would be able to add those things to our class book of knowledge as well. So sometimes you would want to take some of those individual student responses and post them right here. So I might be able to take this person's response and add it to the class book so that everyone is able to learn from that. So that can be a great way to document your students' learning throughout this time. One final thing right here. I'm able to, so this is where I would add my students and also make different groups. But I have this one called a reading mindset snapshot. And so I've gone ahead and assigned this to my students. And let's see what that looks like on the student's end. So it kind of gets their feelings about reading. So how do you feel about reading in your free time? How do you feel about reading in school? All these different things. What's your interest? So you're able to have this reading inventory so that you can assign different things to students based on their interests or challenge them a little bit as well. And finally, I can enable the library access for students so that they could find their own passages as well. So I hope that with distance learning and trying to give students the opportunities to read, that you might consider something like Readworks to be able to get some data on those different things and see how well your students are progressing.